30 new games coming out in 2025 and 2026 that may surprise you, and I assure you that you don't know them all, not even half. So I hope you liked the video, subscribe for more, and let's go.
Born of its raging expanse. They said he emerged out of the night, that he came out of the fright wastelands, shaped by depraved thoughts. A shadow followed him, riding on a horse as big as a dragon, his sword ablaze.
The Night Wanderer is an action RPG in the Souls-like style set in a unique world. The game promises to have a good and immersive story, and also scenarios, with a beautiful graphic style. It's being developed by Mighty Koi, and in the game we'll play as Vuko, an elite soldier, and must find out what happened to a lost expedition headed for a mysterious, fantastical planet of medieval-like Midgard. The game features breathtaking graphics and environments, at least for what we can see of it so far, but to see the final version of the game we'll need to wait until it's out. But for now we don't have the release date, but it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X and S. The Relic First Guardian is an action RPG developed by Project Cloud Games. The game features a dark and dangerous world, with a beautiful graphic style and impressive environments. The gameplay is basically inspired in the Souls-like style, with a cadenced-paced combat system, kinda similar to the new Lords of the Fallen, but faster, with different creatures as enemies, all looking really good. The game, as any other Souls-like, will have huge and immersive boss fights with great and inspiring soundtracks, and I must say that it looks good, but to really play the game we'll need to wait until some moment of 2025, and is coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. Save Birmingham is an insane sandbox open-world realistic game about zombies. The game is being developed by the studio Ocean Drive Studio, and its early access version is planned to 2025, but only for PC, on Steam. But later the game will also be released on Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. Survive an undead plague in a painstakingly recreated medieval market town. Manage your needs, master physics-based mechanics, and evade the horde for as long as you can. A game with a realistic approach in many details, crafting, combat, movements, and possibilities, and it promises to be one of the most immersive zombie games ever.
I wish I hadn't come here for this.
Instinction is an insane upcoming first-person shooter. The main difference of this game is that it's not a usual FPS game, but one with dinosaurs. What's not so unique? We've seen some before already, but this one got some absolutely realistic dinosaurs in a matter of graphics and motions. Not that we know how dinosaurs really were, but the game is insane. It's being developed by the studio Hashbane Interactive and is aimed to be released in 2025, but there's no release date yet, and it'll be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. And it's probably going to be a game that will be remembered for its graphics.
After all this death, if you had the chance to do it all.
On my mark.
John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is an online cooperative first-person shooter set in a world with zombies, in the famous style of the classic Left 4 Dead. It's being developed by the studio Saber Interactive and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows, but there's no release date yet. In the near future, an experimental attempt to harness the power of the Earth's core ends in a terrible disaster, the release of the Sludge God, an eldritch abomination that begins terraforming the area, turning the ground into scum and the living into undead monsters. Another game for you that miss games in this style. Call some friends, start the gameplay, get your equipments, and start killing zombies.
Are you real? More real than you, I'm afraid.
It's insane, what a trip.
It's not a trip, it's reality. Your new reality.
Are we brothers or something?
We have... Where's the captain? I told you, everyone died.
Oh, this is insane.
The Alters is a sort of survival game. The game is set in an unusual planet. You play as a space miner who are alone in this planet but create different versions of himself to help him in the survival. The game is being developed by 11-bit studios, and all that sounds unique and curious, but that's just one reason why this game looks so riveting. The main structure of the game shall envelope exploration, mining, building, and also a sort of managing, as will build and control the whole base. They even reminded me of Fallout Shelter when I first saw. As a fan of Death Stranding, and also of Fallout Shelter, I must say that I'm looking forward to play this game, and it's coming out in June 13, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
And we're stuck in front of a giant river of lava. If we want to survive, we need to act now.
We stick to the plan. You focus on researching a bridge to cross the river. I'll anchor it, fix the broken base modules, create radiation filters, gather resources, and Rapidium.
To create more alternative versions of ourselves.
Searching house to house.
If they arrest you two, they will take you to their headquarters, and you will not return.
Counting you. And that's too many.
I'll be there before the sun rises. Before the Germans, before that American.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is finally a new American Captain game, but also with the Black Panther, and the game is being developed by Studio Skydance Interactive. In the game we'll control the American Captain, Black Panther, and also 2 other normal humans through the game, each one of them with their features and traits, all set during the World War II, so it looks really interesting. We don't have much more information about the game, but the first trailer looks really good, but we'll need to wait more to see when the game is coming out, probably 2025, to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC.
He's not very far ahead.
The American boy is right on your heels.
Who the hell are you?
If you wanted us dead, we'd be dead. So what do you want?
That's far enough!
Stay out of my way!
Stand aside!
I do not take orders from anyone!
I don't have time for this.
Is in possession of a radioactive device. Stop Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind. Carrington! Damn it!
Perfect Dark is the returning of an old and classic first-person shooter video game series. The new game is being developed by the studio The Initiative, a new Xbox game studio, and looks really interesting. The game got no release date yet, but is believed to be released in 2026, and the platforms confirmed are Xbox Series X and S and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version is not unbelievable, I'd say. The gameplay features a good combat with different weapons and gadgets, but also an immersive stealth system, allowing you to complete the missions in different ways, making the game even more special in my opinion. The graphics are really beautiful, with nice visuals and great constructions in this futurist experience.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
Screams drawing me in. Better use the pendulum.
The Occultist is a new horror game that looks really interesting. It's being developed by the studio Dawnwalker and shall be released in some moment of 2026 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is set in a dark and atmospheric universe, and the gameplay shall mix realistic graphics and a first-person camera, a true survival horror experience, with hide and sneak mechanics, with good characters, puzzles and an immersive soundtrack. Images are engraved in my mind that would make any man tremble in fear, but I am not just any man. I am the Occultist. Accompany Alan Rebels on his most terrifying occult investigation yet in this spine-chilling horror experience. If you like survival horror games, this looks interesting.
Our limitations as human beings prevent us from really seeing what is there.
Their hate were nothing. You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here.
Judas is the new first-person shooter developed by the creator of BioShock series, the famous Ken Levine. The studio developing it is Ghost Story Games, and the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. It was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now it got no release date, but shall be released in some moment of 2025. A disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? The story shall be complex and intriguing, just like BioShock series is.
Free. Whether you like it or not.
It's all right.
Lunka! Don't hurt her!
The Blood of the Dawnwalker is the new game by the director of The Witcher 3. He left CD Projekt Red and is now creating a whole new game. The new studio is Rebel Wolves. They promise us to develop a AA game with the quality of a AAA. If you don't know, that's about how much money will be used in the development, and let's be honest, he knows how to make games. It'll be set in immersive open world filled with vampires, and in some moment, the protagonist will be also a half vampire. What makes it even more interesting? The gameplay will be fluid and with a lot of possibilities, and like The Witcher, you choose the destiny of the world by your decisions. What is always interesting when you want to replay the game. It's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows, with no release date yet.
For all of you.
They hurt you pretty bad, didn't they? I haven't seen you this scarred since last September.
Come on, move it! Get out of my way, jerk!
Maybe I overreacted a bit too much.
Wreckfest 2 is an extreme realistic racing game with an unbelievable destruction level of the cars and scenarios. The game is being developed by the studio Bugbear and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and for Windows it's already available, but in the early access with just a little bit of content, but it's already really fun to play, but the final version has no release date yet. Ready for mayhem? Wreckfest is back, offering the best in full-contact racing with unrivaled destruction. Witness head-to-head battles as you tear apart rival vehicles bit by bit. Powered by the enhanced physics engine developed by the creators of Wreckfest and Flatout.
L-O-V-E! Move it! You can take their pieces! Show it up! Oh, feels like something came out between the seat. Oh.
The Midnight Walkers is a new online PvPvE first-person extraction game, and here, the universe is taken by zombies. That'll be the standard enemies of the game. The studio developing it is One Way Ticket Studio, and the game is planned to be released still in 2025, only to PC. Fight, loot, and survive in a PvPvE first-person zombie extraction game set in Liberty Grand Center, a towering mega-complex overrun by deadly zombies and brutal bosses. Craft weapons, search for loot, or steal from other survivors. Escape with your life or descend deeper and discover its horrors.
Spell has turned steel to stone and left her army unmatched. Only you can wield the hammer of the gods and bend steel to your will.
Blades of Fire is a new medieval action-adventure game coming out still in 2025. The game is being developed by the studio Mercury Steam and will be released in May 22, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Join Aaron de Lira, firstborn of the King's Ward, on a journey to find the real purpose of his fate. Develop your forging skills, craft a series of weapons to suit your style, and get ready to embrace a unique combat system as you take on Queen Neria's fierce enemies. The gameplay resembles a sort of Souls-like game, but looks really simple in the gameplay, just like the graphics too. Let's just hope the game surprises with a fun story and gameplay.
Forge your legend.
What could you possibly say? You're here to kill me.
I need some backup here, dispatch. Searching last known location. Dispatch, I got a mail matching the suspect's description.
The Precinct is an extremely interesting sandbox police game. The game resembles the classic GTA games, with a sort of upside-down camera, but here the player will control a cop. The game is being developed by the studio Fallen Tree Games and looks extremely fun. In the game we'll control a police officer, and we must solve the crimes that will lead us to even more dangerous situations, resulting in the discovery of even greater criminal plans. In the game we'll be able to control vehicles, or go walking in the streets and missions, with a fun and fluid gameplay, and I must say that it looks really fun, and there's a release date confirmed already, that is May 13, 2025, and the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Suspect is now on foot. We need to end this.
Another day, another dime. Come on, kid. Let's roll.
Units in the vicinity, please respond to an incident. Last seen is...
This place was always dangerous. And weird. Policy and procedure used to keep us. We need a new approach.
FBC Firebreak is a game that will probably surprise you. Well, it's a co-op FPS game, up to 3 players in the universe of Alan Wake and Control. Yes, the Remedy games. It's obviously being developed by Remedy Entertainment and is planned to be released in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A 3-player cooperative first-person shooter set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly forces. So if you like the mistress of this dark and interesting universe, and also like to play co-op FPS games with your friends, this is surely an experience you gotta have. Or even in case you don't know the universe, but like mysterious stories, this one shall be insane.
Welcome to Firebreak.
Over Jump Rally is a new racing game that absolutely reminded me of the classic Gran Turismo games. It's being developed by the studio Bonsai Rosso and is only confirmed for PC for now, but there's no release window yet. Hot Blazing Sun. Relive arcade racing with Over Jump Rally, an unofficial remake of Sega Rally from the 90s. Unreal Engine 5 powered stunning graphics, nostalgic music, and intuitive controls bring classic racing to a new generation.
Your cortisol levels are elevated. Something's interfering, detecting temporal anomaly. Processing
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss is a new single-player game set in the universe of the legend Cthulhu. A mining station in the Pacific Abyss is no longer responding. As an investigator of the occult, unravel the mysteries of the deep. Test your wits and sanity in this thriller inspired by the Master of Providence. The game is being developed by the studio Big Bad Wolf and will be published by Nacon. The game shall be released in some moment of 2026 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation, and Windows. If you like the universe and stories created by H.P. Lovecraft and also like atmospheric single-player games, this is one that you really need to keep an eye out for, cause it looks promising.
the knowledge. It's beautiful.
「ゾンビとは過去にとらわれ抜け出せない者たちです」「彼らは真の解雇主義者なのですよ」
このようなことが連鎖的に起きたんでしょう。
Showa American Story is a really curious game. It's going to be a RPG game, but a very unique one. The game is being developed by the studio Netcom Entertainment and it's planned to be released still in 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. A brand new RPG and an enthusiastic love letter to the 80s pop culture that features a strong taste of B-movies. Follow Chuko's journey of truth and revenge across North America as she grows stronger. A game that mixes many features. It even resembles Yakuza series in some aspects. The combat will mix melee combat to combat with firearms, all set in a third-person camera. Deepest Fear is a sci-fi horror FPS with a retro-future aesthetic. Deep beneath the ocean, a secret has been unearthed which throws mankind's future into jeopardy. Fight your way to the heart of a sinister project and uncover a mystery both deeply personal and terrifying in its implications. A game developed by the studio Variable State and confirmed only to Windows so far, but with no release date yet. A first-person shooter survival horror with beautiful graphics and insane and realistic approach. What promises to deliver us a fun and immersive horror experience?
Oh my god.
God damn it, Danny! Close those valves! It's double time!
A rare piece of drift technology has been detected somewhere in the canyon. We need you to retrieve it for study. Well done, folks. Your sentence has been reduced by 100 days.
Is your work so relentless, little scout?
The scout's job is to explore...
Luna Abyss is an upcoming FPS game set in the famous bullet hell style. If you don't know it, it's one of those games that there'll be a lot of projectiles and things to avoid in combat, just like some boss fights in Cuphead. It's being developed by the studio Bonsai Collective and got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it'll be available on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A single-player story-driven action-adventure with fluid platforming and bullet hell combat. Follow the journey of Fox, a prisoner of Luna caught between a cryptic prophecy and their prison sentence. The game features a fast and tight gameplay with challenging combat moments set in an immersive universe. Turok Origins is the returning of a famous and classic FPS series. The main difference here is that now the game will be set in a third-person camera and no longer first-person. The game is being developed by Saber Interactive, and for the ones who knows the series knows how it works. But if you're new, you're in a land filled with dinosaurs, but you have the modern technology to fight them, and that's how it goes. The game looks very good, especially for the old fans, and despite it's going to be a TPS now, the developers claim that it'll be a respectful returning, but the game has no release date yet and is coming out to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Routine is another horror game set in space, but here, it's not in a ship but an abandoned lunar base and will be set in a first-person camera. The game is being developed by Lunar Software, and as I said will be set in the moon with a sci-fi style, exploring and surviving in a retro-futurist 80s. Here you won't just explore, but also survive the dangers of the place. For now what we know is that there will be some bots trying to kill you, but maybe, just maybe, there will be more surprises, we don't know. But there's no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026 to Windows and Xbox Series X and S, maybe a PlayStation 5 version could be confirmed too, but not yet. The Lost Wild is a new sort of survival horror set in a mix of modern age with the dinosaurs age. The studio developing it is Great Ape Games, and the game got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it's only confirmed for PC so far. A survival horror adventure about overcoming nature's most formidable forms of life. Explore overgrown research facilities nestled in a lush wilderness. Be resourceful, intimidate, evade, and unravel the mystery at the heart of the island. So if you like horror and dinosaurs, this game shall be really interesting for you.
Calling on a recorded line. I can't tell you everything over the phone, but you need to come down here tonight, please. 6 p.m. I'll let you into the building. Place will be empty.
Compound Fracture is a modern first-person shooter game, but resembles classic first-person shooter of the start of 2000s. Even reminded me of the classic Turok games. That was really fun. The game is being developed by the studio Industria Games and is only confirmed to PC so far, but there's no official release date, maybe 2025 or even later. In the forests of an untouched planet, there is a lone installation, a game that looks really fun for the fans of classic boomer shooter FPS games.
We sent in a team 2 weeks ago. Nothing. Chronogas is ready to cut their losses and shut the portal down, even if that means leaving hundreds of people for dead. You'll hear on the news that they died in an oil rig explosion or something, and nobody, not you or OSHA...
Up you go! What are you doing?
Pragmata is a curious upcoming game. It promises to be a game with an immersive story and universe, with beautiful and realistic graphics, and a unique style. The game is being developed by Capcom and was supposed to be released some years ago already, but was postponed and now we have no idea when it's really coming out. But it'll be released on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5 and PC.
Widzę znów, jak Bóg rozkłada swoje
Jezus Maria,
Holstin is a psychological survival horror game set in an eerie, isolated 90s Polish town consumed by an ominous presence. It's being developed by the studio Sonka, and it's planned to be released on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and Windows, but with no release date yet. A small, isolated town in eastern Poland is struck by a foul calamity that slowly begins to consume everyone and everything it touches. This is the last known whereabouts of your friend Bartek before he stopped answering your calls. A game with a retro style, since graphics, gameplay, and camera.
Oddział terenowy Jeziorny Kolonia. Kiedy to będzie wszystko gotowe?
Hucznie! Lub z cicha pęd. Sposobów na dbanie o bezpieczeństwo na ulicach jest bez liku. Dla każdego coś miłego. Jeden woli działać pozostając w rozsądnym oddaleniu.
No way. The Stasi have made it to Nordland.
Good job we have these disruptors with us. Okay, let's hope this thing works.
Industria 2 is a story-driven FPS game. It'll be set in an alternative dimension, and the player will follow a stranded woman that's trapped there through an immersive story and storytelling. Explore, scavenge, and fight your way through a mysterious boreal landscape consumed by an ever-hungry artificial intelligence to find a way back home. In the gameplay, we'll explore claustrophobic and dark corners of this universe, with a very beautiful graphic style. For those who like story FPS games, especially with a horror approach, I recommend you to take a better look at this game, and it's coming out in 2025 or 2026, but is only confirmed to PC for now. And those are the games, guys. Help me by liking and subscribing. That'll help me a lot. Thanks, and so long.